This is called hatke dekho. Are you getting? Killers and everything is understood, said and done, no problem. But this is the pace. This is where the miasm lies. And once you anchor on that, then from the ranunculus, the malarial understanding, which is the one. And then you see beautifully all what Priyanka showed, everything is there. Including the dreams is there, including the understanding of abortion, everything is fitting into that thing. No? So how to see, what needs to be seen is, look at the adjective along with these type of words. And immediate. So many times you use that word immediate. And what does immediate dictionary meaning? At once, right? What is the pace over there? And then you combine this frequent with immediate. What is the combination of that? Something that happens in a spike and then at a certain interval of time. Na? That's the miasm. Only two words that gives the miasm: immediate at one place and frequent at the other place. That's why I always tell, look at the adjective when you're looking at something, because these things will definitely catch your eye. Snake, dead bodies, ghost, dark, all that will, this thing, eye-catching. But what remains to be seen is the main trunk for which these beautiful flowers are being seen. वो ढाल को हम भूल जाते हैं, which holds this activity of fear or dream. So that is very, very important. Today's most important learning lesson is how to look at the miasm. People, that's what in the morning also I was giving an indirect hint. Don't go behind the words. Understand that word. What is happening? And classically now you see the remedy lies, or her state lies between this immediate and frequent. So whenever I look at this, I say, what does frequent mean? I always have this. Just recently what Chankaran sir said, why? Why is it like that? Why is it like that? Why is it not like this? So that three alphabet words, why is it not like this? What it does mean? So when you look at that, then you understand the depth of this particular pace. Here in this case, the pace. So every case gives you an opening. How to look at it. Are you getting? So here these two words gives you the idea of the pace as such of what the person. And then when you read the remedy, my God, everything is there, whatever she's saying. And that is exactly what in the 5-finger method also what Chankaran sir showed us. Hatke, how to see beyond, how to see in a different manner. Just don't see what the person is saying. What way the person is saying. What expression, the pitch, the volume, the pace, the rhythm in which the person is trying to tell you. Where is the person enforcing upon? In one line, there will be one word that the person enforces upon. Even with all of us, whenever we are angry, you see when in that anger, the person will enforce upon only one word, which is sharp. How dare you could tell me that? See the word dare. What? Tell what? This is the way how the person unknowingly enforces upon that word which is touched upon them. That's what we say, na? वो चुभ गया क्या? वो चुभना क्या है? That prick is what? That prick is that particular word that the person is stressing upon. And then this is what I call it as the pitch, volume, pace, rhythm in the art of conversation. Which if we are very sensitive to hear, pick it up. And that's what was actually picked up. Immediate on one side, frequent on the other side. What does this mean? Go back to my dictionary. And dictionary itself gives you the idea of malarial understanding. Are you getting this? This is what the idea. Somewhere the miasm is subtle, but it holds. And how many of them said we can't get the miasm in this case? 1, 2. Ha. Ha.
So you ask this question, what do you do in that situation? And coping up mechanism is the miasm.
Correct.
Then in that parasite, what you do in such situation? I feel like I can't do anything in such situation. That attack is so sudden that I feel strengthless. I feel loose in my body, powerless, weakness. I feel alone and feel like crying. Don't feel like doing anything. Don't even feel like getting up. I get dreams very, very often.
So, the learning lesson in this particular case is when there is a miasm which has got two faces of it. What we call it as in-between miasms. Whenever you ask what do you do, they might only give you one side of it. The other side is seen in the dream part. So, like blend of two miasms, giving you a miasm, like ringworm miasm, like malarial miasm. These miasms, you will get one aspect of it in one area, the other aspect of it in another area. So what you are giving the answer right now is you are talking about only those pure miasms, what we call it as acute psora, psychotic, syphilitic, tubercular. But what about the current concepts of these miasms which are falling in between two miasms? And therefore the classification of what Hahnemann did was with limited amount of 90 odd remedies. And then when newer remedies were proved, they were not showing purely psychotic or purely psoric or purely syphilitic or purely acute. So where do, like for example, this person now, where do we fit the frequent then and where do we fit the avoidance then? So it's a blend of two things, na? Immediate also and frequent also. There is a blend of two things.
Then in the case also, there is acute threat. When husband scolded her the next morning itself she got aborted. That is the acute phase. And thrown through, otherwise she is saying that I accepted, I can't do anything. There are two mixtures there.
So that's why the blend of two things.
That is recognized and this is falsity.
That's where the whole essence of looking at the different way. So what these cases teach us is now we need to start looking in a very different way. When you are getting attracted to snake, when you are getting attracted to dead bodies, that attraction is in what pace? How is the person trying to tell you that fear is there? So that aspect is also important to see. That's why I always say, just don't, morning also I said, don't see the seer. See the way it is being seen. Don't see what is done. See the doer, the way the doer is seeing that what is done. Why she had to say frequently I see that dream? I get dreams of these things. She could have said like that also. I get dreams of dead bodies, I get dreams of snakes, and I get dreams of darkness or whatever it could be. But the very fact that she emphasizes that I frequently see them itself is a type of harassment. Na? That is where the pace of harassment comes. That's why she has put that word frequent. That is the reason why in the morning also I said, why does a person use a particular word? There has to be a purpose behind it. For her to use frequent, there should be a purpose. That means this is an ongoing process every now and then in the form of harassment. That is where the pace lies. Whereas in other places like the husband and wife, it's immediate. That is where the pace lies. So for her, the dreams are intermittent type. Husband doing is immediate type.
Also, when you ask what do you do in such situations, she said that is so sudden that I feel strengthless and I get these dreams very often. Someone is behind me harassing me. All these.
So again, the harassment has come back again. Na? That is the malarial understanding itself. That she is openly telling you that there is harassment. She endorses that frequent word. In other words, she is endorsing. She is subtly telling you, look at the word frequent, please. By telling that harassment, she is telling silently, Papa, ये frequent बोला, ये भी देखो. Are you getting? So, because they don't know what homeopathy and what case taken, what all this nonsense is. So they will only give you in bits and parts. We have to join them. That's what case taking is all about. It's all about, weaving the entire beads into one thread and see how it holistically looks like. They will give you scattered beads. But that's the reason it is an art, na? It's not simply science, it's an art. What is the art? The art is this, how to see it from a different angle. Understood? Just 2 words to make the whole case understand what it basically is. Otherwise, we all were talking about random places, this, that. वो तो दिख ही रहा है. Don't see what is seen. See what is not seen. That is the beauty of the entire thing. I don't want to see what is seen. हम तो सभी देख रहे हैं. मेरे को क्या देखना है उसके अंदर? Don't be in the crowd. Be aware, far away from the crowd and observe what the crowd is doing. That is the beauty. If you are in the crowd, you will not know what the crowd is doing because you are lost in the crowd. That is what is called as aerial view, na? The whole concept of aerial view is ऊपर से देखो क्या दिख रहा है करके. तुम भी लगे हो उनके साथ रहने के लिए तो फिर तो कुछ दिखेगा ही नहीं, right?